Greetings, people. It's Jared here, Wolfgang One, back to do another Transformers review. This week, I thought I'd take a look at something a little bit newer than Generation 1, but heavily inspired by Generation 1. This figure came out, I think, last year. Was it last year? In the Legacy line, and was the first of the new take on Combiners. I was a little bit unsure about getting this one because Combiner Wars massively disappointed me. But I thought, do you know what? It was only $12.99, so why not? This is a review for Transformers Legacy Dragstrip.
Right, so here is a Legacy Dragstrip in his box. I kind of like these boxes and I kind of don't. I kind of like them because the artwork looks almost like comic style, and that which is cool. They've taken a lot of care and detail in that. The problem is these boxes are flimsy as fuck. I got this out of I got it out of somewhere for that's a good start. I got it out of somewhere for $12.99. So I thought that's a decent price for what it was. Some decent stuff on the back. The problem with Hasbro going all green and everything like that and trying to be environmentally conscious is these boxes don't last 10 seconds. I mean, obviously I've opened the bloody thing, but there wasn't a lot of effort in me opening this to begin with because this box was 50 Shades of fucked when I bought it. Out of TK Maxx, actually, is where I got it, out of TK Maxx. This box was fucked when I got it. And actually the same with Legacy Kickback, believe it or not. You know, no plastic window. These things are open to even more abuse than they would get normally. So it's a shame that the boxes don't really stand up to any short amount of time. Then again, I guess it's not really an issue for me because I'm not planning on keeping the box anyway. One of the whole reasons I do this review is to get this packaging thrown away. But apart, you know, if I was collecting these sort of boxes, then these boxes would be good because of the artwork and that, and annoying because they would probably just disintegrate on their own, given half the opportunity. So what we're going to do is we're going to take Dragstrip out of his box and we're going to get straight on into the review for the vehicle mode. Okay, so here is Legacy Dragstrip in his alt mode. Now, just to get this out of the way, excuse me, I wasn't too fussed about the Legacy line when I saw some of the figures that were coming out. Couldn't really sort of make up my mind. As it stands now, I've got a couple of them, which is surprising. Dragstrip, I wasn't entirely fussed about because I wasn't fussed about any of the Stunticons, quite frankly, because I got burned severely with the Combiner Wars set. I remember buying the Takara gift set after I'd actually bought the Combiner Wars Dragstrip as part of Wave 1 of Combiner Wars, which was Superior. And I was really not at all bothered about getting an updated version of it. But I've got to say, Dragstrip is not shit. He is far from shit, actually. I can't really quite say the same for Legacy Breakdown, but I will come onto that one day when I do the review. I don't own any of the other Stunticons, so don't expect this to be like a 6-part review like the original G1 one that I did leading up to Menasor. This is a stark difference. This is a massive difference from the Combiner Wars version. For a start, there's a decent amount of engineering in the figure that leads to a successful transformation. The robot mode is a bit it goes too far the other way. So from the Combiner Wars. So let me give you an example. So this is Legacy next to his G1 counterpart. Okay, so some decent updating on the paint apps and everything like that, whereas this was just obviously stickers. Then we come on to the Combiner Wars version, which is a bigger vehicle, and decent offsetting for the purple and the yellow, and everything like that. Except that when you got to the transformation for this guy, as you might have seen in my old reviews, that it was a bit wanting. It was a bit lackluster. Whereas the transformation for Legacy Dragstrip is far more involved, but it's too much yellow in the robot mode. There's nothing to offset it. Whereas at least this actually had a breaking of the yellow with like the sort of purple breaking it up a little bit. Sadly, the Legacy version doesn't have that, and yet the Legacy version is still the superior figure of the two. This takes you about like sort of 5 seconds to transform. This one actually takes closer to like sort of 25, 30 or whatever. Well, for me anyway, because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. So, you know, let's get rid of this piece of shit. let's concentrate on this fella. He comes with a couple of accessories. He comes with an instruction booklet that I've put somewhere that I don't know where it is, so don't ask me for that. He also comes with 2 handheld blasters that can be stored in either vehicle mode or in robot mode. Now, in terms of the vehicle mode, this is one of those rare exceptions, ladies and gentlemen. We have an attack mode that is not shit. Not entirely. I mean, attack modes are shit, you know that. But this one is not entirely shit. So if we just go ahead and wait for that to focus, stick those on the top, and there you have a video that's not focusing. Oh, for the love of fuck almighty, get it together. There we go. Yeah, you have an attack mode there that is not entirely shit. The size of the guns works quite well with the vehicle. It looks like they could actually pop up out of the vehicle and sort of be in a stationary position. They do turn around, but it doesn't look like a piece of crap, like so many other attack modes invariably do. So that's a nice change. That's a nice surprise. I'm happy with that. In terms of the alt mode, he's got like sort of rubber wheels, no plastic wheels, no rubber there at all. No discernible detail on the hubcaps there. Would have been nice for a little bit of silver paint to be picked out on those, maybe. You can't have everything, I guess, especially as they consider they painted out the engine blocks and all that, and the head, but whatever. And that's it's a very, very clean underside, actually. I mean, you see more of the robot actually on the top, where this is obviously going to be the head at some point. A very, very clean underside there, which is pretty cool. I think this figure does actually separate into 2 parts if you connect that magnet to another magnet. Obviously, I don't have another magnet to, like, sort of Motormaster. I don't have that, so I can't show you what would the combined form would be. But then again, fuck it, this isn't a review on Menosaur anyway. So, yeah. Alt mode looks pretty clean, looks pretty decent. Sort of condensed, if you will, unlike the combinables version, which is more sort of sweeping and sort of stylish. This one sort of keeps the bare bones basics of the alt mode, but keeps everything condensed, packed, tight, and it does exactly what it's supposed to do, which is lovely. So if I was to take this to robot mode, I should probably state, if I was to take it to robot mode, it'd probably be an unmitigated fucking disaster, because you know what I'm like. You know what I'm like. I've got tea, by the way, so bear with me. Oh, it's fucking good tea this morning. Yeah, so we're going to take it to robot mode. So we're going to start off by taking these guns off. Now what do we do? That's the question, isn't it? Start by sort of taking the car apart in various places. So if we can somehow get these side bits out, do you know what? Let me take the camera back a little bit. There we go. We need to start separating the car in various places. Now, mine's a little bit tricky to do this. Let's try and get this section up. There we go. So the cockpit section needs to come away like this. Then we can start getting the arm sections freed up a little bit. See what I mean? There's no discernible detail in the colour there. So that right there is obviously going to be the hand and everything is just like sort of one block yellow. Let's get that out of the way. Let's split the front of the car apart. There we go. Bring the whole assembly out like this. Okay. Then we want to, I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and do the arms first. So take this forward nose cone section, turn it to the side. Take this wheel, fold it back, and then bring this panel around like that. And then that's basically your arm done right there. So let's do the same on the other side. That, wheel, panel, done. Okay. Then, fucking Jesus. Then we're going to take the camera back a little bit more. There we go. Then we are going to, let's do the underside of the car. These panels are supposed to That's it. You got to separate those. Yeah, you knew this was going to be a fucking embarrassment, didn't you? So we take those panels out, move that panel out, fold the leg out on both sides, close the panel back up, and then these sections here, the spoiler, bring those down for the feet, spin the assembly around at the waist, because that seems to be a very popular move, and then this section just here, you want to pop the head out like this, and then collapse the entire assembly in on itself, which is not the easiest thing to do with this figure, because sometimes my one gets a little bit stuck like that. Okay, bring the arm assemblies in, turn the whole chest section round, or actually was you supposed to do that beforehand? I don't know. Okay, so chest section round, arm assemblies come in, chest section allegedly locks it all into place, and then you stand him up, and there is Legacy Dragstrip in his robot mode. Now, it's a decent robot mode. It really is. For a deluxe size figure, there's quite a bit of sculpted detail on the body and things like that. The problem is there's no color breakup. A direct consequence of that, ladies and gentlemen, fuck's sake, get this thing in camera. A direct consequence of that is he just looks a little bit plain. He looks a little bit uninteresting, which is a shame, because the alt mode is fantastic. The transformation, a little bit more complex than the Combiner Wars version, but it's not a massive pain in the ass, despite the way I made it look. There's a wonderful, wonderful head sculpt there. Some decent paint on it and everything like that. The faux engine block here, sadly you can see that in alt mode, but the faux engine block there, which is supposed to indicate that one on the back. Yeah, he's you know, he's decent enough. He really is. Let's give him his weapons, everything, and being a deluxe with the standard sort of deluxe engineering and build and everything like that, then you've got the appropriate joints to give him sort of action poses, even though your camera goes out of focus. There we are. Fucking hell. No, he's cool. I do like him. I do like him a lot. The main issue with it is that the robot mode, because of being one block color, is not as interesting as I would like it to be. He sort of gets lost in himself, is the best way I can describe it. You know, you've got a lot of sculpted detail down here. You've got manifolds and pipes and like sort of etching and sort of everything like that. It all gets a little bit lost because there's nothing breaking that up. If I was to take a dry brush to it, or if I was to like sort of color it in with like a Sharpie or something like that, then everything, like panel line it, then it would look pretty decent. It's just a shame really that you're not really seeing any of it, because just like one standard color. Now, let's give him a comparison to his G1 counterpart. There he is. That's how it scales. And just to go the whole hog on this one, let's give him his Combiner Wars version. As annoying and as shitty as it is. There we are. Whenever I transform this Combiner Wars version, I always feel the plastic sounds like I'm going to break the fucking thing. See, whereas I would say the Legacy is by far the most successful version. You can see that there's a lot more colour breakup on the Combiner Wars version. If there'd have been something like marrying of the two there, just to break up all this a little bit, then I reckon Legacy Dragstrip would have been an absolute 10 out of 10 winner. As it is for me, he stands about 8 out of 10. Solid build, solid articulation, solid engineering, and that. Just the colour fucks me off no end. Having said that, he is not as shit as this piece of shit, and he's definitely not the G1, which sadly has its own limitations because it's nearly 40 years old. But this guy's decent enough for what he is. So I mean, if you're collecting the legacy, I mean, if you've got the Stunticons, then you'll know what I'm talking about. If you were on the fence about this guy, pick him up. I mean, if you weren't even thinking about getting the Menasor or anything like that, he's a decent army troop to have on the shelf with his comrades of various different factions. So yeah, that's legacy Dragstrip. Do hope you enjoyed watching this review, ladies and gentlemen. This is Joe Gambo, also known as Wolf King 1. It's a Sunday morning. I've been up ridiculously early. I'm supposed to go to work later. Which I will be going to work later. So this review has sounded a little bit rambling and nonsensical. It's because I'm fucking tired. But whatever. So thank you for watching this review. This is Joe Gambo, also known as Wolf King 1, saying I'll be back soon. Do be sure to check out 7 Days to Die, which might already be back. I'm not sure. It's coming back November. I keep saying that. Do check it out. Other stuff is coming on the channel soon. More reviews, more other shit. I haven't really worked out what that's going to be yet. But it is coming, whatever it is. So thank you for watching this. This is Dragstrip. I've been me, and I'll see you soon. Take care.
And when tomorrow comes, I feel you laying by me, like you ain't got nowhere else to go.